That, for me, from just a moral and an ethical standpoint, stinks to high heavens.
Only Team 10 investigates why city leaders are standing by those deals. But we begin with a story happening right now. Calls for an elected official to resign over a Twitter rant calling Muslims subhuman scum.
Our 10 News reporter Emily Thode broke this story, and she was at the South Bay meeting that wrapped up just about half an hour ago. His attempt to make another apology tonight, Emily, only angered people more.
Yeah, it did. In fact, it added insult to injury. So the Otay Water District Board meeting just wrapped up, and I have one of the signs here. Some of the people were holding up signs like this. It says resist hate on one side, but the other side says resign now. People were calling for the resignation of District Board member Hector Gastelum. He's fired off a series of anti-Muslim, very insulting tweets recently, and we did do a story on it earlier or last week where he made an attempt to apologize to people, but also in the same breath re-insulted a lot of people. Well, that was the scene here as well. There was more than a dozen speakers, more than a dozen people of all faiths, religions, races got up and said, hey, you just can't do this being an elected official. Some people said this is hate speech. One person even compared it to Nazi speech. And people were saying they have no business being an elected official. Take a listen.
Resign! 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 Just something simple that can say.
So after that happened, Gastelum said he was apologizing again, and in the same breath turned around and re-insulted a lot of people. So he didn't really, he was more trying to defend what he said. After the meeting was over, the other board members said, you know, they can't do anything. They can't get rid of another board member. And I asked Hector, are you going to resign? And he said no. So it would be up to the public to get rid of him. Members of the Muslim community say that they're also going to meet with him, but this is far from over. Coming up at 11, how this could eventually cost taxpayer money. I'm live in Rancho San Diego. Emily Thode, 10 News.
Emily, thank you. And only on 10 News, don't mess with this man. When Alan Hall woke to find a stranger lurking just feet away from his bed, he grabbed the first thing he saw and he took the intruder down. Hall told 10 News reporter Michael Chen it took just seconds to turn a jewelry box into a weapon.
Just off Limerick Avenue.
Very nice neighborhood.
In a cozy part of Claremont.
Very few problems here.
Suddenly, a problem in the form...
I wasn't panicked, I was surprised.
...of some unwanted visitors. Just before 3 in the morning back in July.
Well, I was sleeping right here in the bed.
Something woke up Alan Hall.
But as I turned around, there was a human being standing right next to my bed looking at me.
Hall says in the darkness, he saw a young man holding his jewelry box.
Adrenaline just hit me, and I didn't think.
Hall grabbed the wooden frame of the jewelry box left behind.
Chased him into the hallway and out into the kitchen. And right about here, he was carrying the trays, and I hit him in the back, and he went down and I fell down.
The intruder then dropped those jewelry boxes along with a green bag and hightailed it into the living room.
The burglar eventually ran out the front door.
I yelled something at him. I can't tell you on the TV.
He discovered a TV missing near the point of entry.
They cracked the window and just got a piece of it out, and they reached in.
That same night, another home hit a block away.
They broke into their garage and take, I think, a couple of pistols.
In the months since then, a string of burglaries. Last week, someone snuck in through a home's dog door, pepper sprayed the dogs, and got away with a lot of jewelry. A witness described the intruders as two teens in a Honda Accord. The sense of violation is one Hall knows well.
I didn't sleep too well for a while.
Hall recently put bars on his windows. Now he's planning to buy a new security system. Michael Chen, 10 News.
And police are not saying if any of those break-ins are linked at this point. So we pulled up this crime map showing all the recent burglaries in the area. We're looking at almost a dozen right now, and this is just in half-a-mile radius.
Crime alert, police looking for this man right here with that baseball hat. He was caught on camera using a stolen credit card in Solana Beach. He's using it to buy $4,500 in gift cards, as well as some other items at a Target. And then he just strolls out the front door. This happened last Wednesday. Deputies say he stole that credit card by breaking into a car. Crime Stoppers now offering a $1,000 reward for help catching him.
Let's hope they do. Developing story now, drugs, guns, and gang members off the streets tonight thanks to a massive bust in the North County. The result of a year-long undercover investigation. And our 10 News reporter Steve Arena tells us police think that this takes 25% of the heroin supply off of our streets.
We came by Libby Lake Park. We saw several mothers brought their kids out. They feel safe here during the day, but not at night. Jessica Miranda brought her little boy. Bright sunshine, she's comfortable on the playground.
I see other families around here too with kids, so I feel safe that parents are around.
What about day versus night?
Oh, at night? No, we don't go out.
4 years ago, 2 teenagers were gunned down and killed when caught in the crossfire of a street gang shootout here. Police have targeted the gangs for years. Most recent undercover operation netting indictments of 55 suspects. 47 in custody. These 8 are still at large. This includes the woman believed to be running the show, Yadira Vilvazo, nicknamed Peony, who attended Vista High School years ago, deported to Mexico after a heroin trafficking conviction in 2002.
She has worked her way up the drug kingpin career ladder and is now running her own Sinaloa cartel-linked organization from Tijuana. Her specialty is still heroin.
The gang sweep netted guns and large quantities of heroin and methamphetamine. They believe this puts a huge dent in North County gang activity.
I feel pretty safe for my family. I think the police presence is a great support for the community.
Besides drugs and weapons charges, some will face prosecution for kidnapping, burglary, and money laundering. Steve Fiorina, 10 News.
Frank Schlonsky here inside the 10 News Live Center now with a breaking news update to a story we've been following for the last hour. An apartment fire raging in San Francisco. This is some new video to show you now. This is South San Francisco, right off Olive Avenue. We now know this fire started on the 2nd floor. It spread then to the 3rd floor of the building. You see firefighters heading right up those stairs. Here's the good news. Firefighters say no one was hurt. Everyone got outside before fire crews got there. We told you at 10 News at 5 that they had called for extra help, more units, more firefighters. It looks like that may have done the trick because at this point, fire crews saying they pretty much have this under control. Steve?
Ryan, thank you. New developments. You can demand something be done about that raw sewage that is pouring into the ocean and stinking up the South Bay.
Poop. It smells like poop.
Smells like poop. That's what people living in there are smelling right now in the South Bay. 10 News was first to tell you about a report revealing that Mexico dumped roughly 143 million gallons of sewage into the Tijuana River. It took Imperial Beach more than 2 weeks, though, to find out. The delay in notifying people will be the focus of a meeting tomorrow night. Neighbors fed up with that smell are encouraged to write letters demanding the people who let it happen be held responsible.
New tonight, the man who lost his house when a plane crashed into it is walking us through the rubble.
So the TV is right there, and that's where it hit right there.
Those charred remains are all that's left of Dave Swinford's Riverside home. But he says it's losing his late brother's photo album that hurts the most.
Even though it's been 47 years, still miss him. It's hard.
5 people were on that plane. 2 women survived, but a man, woman, and a teenage girl were killed.
All right, new at 6, Border Patrol agents have gotten nearly 30 pounds of meth off of our streets. They found 20 packages of drugs worth over $85,000 hidden inside this Chevy Tahoe there. The officers made the bust Tuesday morning in Salton City. The driver, who is a legal U.S. resident, has been turned over to the DEA.
Crime alert, the armed man who held a gas station worker at gunpoint is still on the run. The robber walked in wearing a yellow jacket and a hat. He pointed that gun and took a few $100s and then ran off. This happened around 4 this morning at the El Cajon Shell Station on Hamishaw Road. Deputies are searching that area.